Well, hello. Welcome to the Grumpy Old Gentleman on Film. And this month we're talking about James's pick for November, Noir-vember, as they like to call it, to celebrate noir films. And so he picked one, which was an Alfred Hitchcock film. I guess you can call it noirish. And it's a good film, good pick. The Wrong Man, starring Henry Fonda. And this one here is a, DVD, old style, not as old as VHS, but it's Canadian, it's from Canada. Ordered it from somebody in Nebraska, and I guess they had a Canadian. And how I know it's Canadian, because it's in French as well on the bottom, and it has a little age rating on the bottom. But anyways, neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about this release. And though the print looks good, DVD, I'm happy watching my older films on DVD. If I'm not going to upgrade to Blu-ray on those. So anyways, it's brisk out here today. We're actually very nice. The sky is blue, not a cloud in the sky, and it's just nice and cool. It's in the 50s, I believe. So anyways, Henry Fonda, Vera Miles, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and also stars Anthony Quayle, and it's music by Bernard Herrmann, and a screenplay by Maxwell Anderson and Angus MacPhail. And a unique Hitchcock film in the sense that it's sort of different than it's based on a true story for one thing, but it's different telling of the film. He doesn't have his cameo, though he does appear in the film at the beginning to tell you the little bit of the backstory of the person that they're talking about, Manny. And Manny, played by Henry Fonda, great performance too. Very underwhelming performance by Henry Fonda. He underplayed his character really well. But anyways, it's a wrong man situation, which is very Hitchcockian thing, like the North by Northwest and Shadow of a Doubt, stuff like that. Those type of films where it's the underdog, or a guy gets mistaken identity, and then bad things happen to them in the course of the film. And this is here based on a true story, like I said. Manny is a musician, plays bass at the Stork Club. He goes home, he's a family man, he has a child and a wife, and who played by Vera Miles, and they're struggling. They're struggling to get by in life. But he also has a gambling habit as well. But there has been some robberies going on in the neighborhood. And he went in to get a loan on his insurance policy. Get some, like $50, whatever, on his. So it's because his wife's got teeth and needs to be worked on. And he gets recognized by one of the ladies who came in and robbed the bank, the insurance company, whatever. So that sets off a trend there, and then he gets identified by other people throughout the film. A lot of great scenes of New York. A lot of the exteriors were filmed in New York City, and some of it was filmed in upstate New York too. There's a scene filmed up there when they go to a resort to get evidence. And then some of the other interiors, most of the interiors were shot in Los Angeles because of warmer weather, because it was really cold in New York when they shot this film. So But anyways, back to the story. I don't know. I kind of go off on tangents, I guess. But yeah. So he goes through this process of he's been arrested because he's been because he looks like the person who's been making these robberies, and then he goes to court. He gets arrested. He doesn't get bail. He's just sitting in jail. Matter of fact, the funny thing about this was too, if you've seen the movie or if you haven't seen it, he goes to actually inside a real prison or jail, and somebody recognizes Henry Fonda and yells out, "Hey, Henry," or something like that. But you can hear it in the movie. They mention his name, Henry, in the movie. And he finally gets bail when he goes to court, and he gets bailed out. The neighbors and friends get together and get him out. And he hires this lawyer. And this is my only two things that bothered me about this movie. I mean, it was good. The first one was that the lawyer he hired, Anthony Quayle, has him instead of the lawyer doing the research and looking for, going to witnesses and gathering information, he has Henry Fonda and his wife go and look for information, visiting people and such, which I think the lawyer should have done, even though he was probably doing it pro bono. And then the other thing is actually when he got arrested, instead of doing a original lineup, he goes into to the businesses and the people finger him. He walks in and walks out, and the people finger him with no cops around him. He just kind of gets dropped off at the door. He walks in. They say he walks out, and then the cop goes, "Is that? We'll get back with you," and that's how they based that whole thing. And then he went in one lineup with the lady from the insurance company that fingered him. So, and actually, after a while, you kind of think, after watching this movie, you think that he actually had done this, and because he was gambling, he bet on horses, he was in debt, he needed money, and this is how he was going to survive his gambling habit, or pay his gambling debts. But it comes to find out there's a man who looks similar to him, wearing the same similar clothes, who gets caught robbing a store, and gets caught, and then they come to find out that the guy confessed to the murders, or to the robberies. So, there you go. No spoilers, right? A very underplayed film, like I said, by Henry Fonda. No overacting. Perfect actor for this film. Vera Miles did very well as his wife. She kind of loses it during the film because she starts believing that he actually done this, because everything's pointing against him, and so she kind of believes that he done this, and he winds up going to a home, and then she recovers. Eventually, by the end of the film, they tell you that she recovers, and then I enjoyed the film very much. It's well worth the watch. It's sort of in the vein of if Hitchcock films is like sort of like Stage Fright and I Confess, those type of films where they're in between other big, or even with The Trouble with Harry, they're in between big films like Rear Window and Vertigo and North by Northwest, and they're not big fanciful productions, but they're very good. They tell good stories. Like I Confess is another great one, and Stage Fright's great. So yeah, if you don't have it or haven't seen it, it's recommended. The Wrong Man. Great acting by the whole cast there. Henry Fonda especially, very underplayed it. Never overacted it at all. And yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. Next month is my pick. I guess they want a Christmas movie. I don't have many, so we'll see what we come up with for Christmas next month. And we'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching. Comments are welcome.